his due role in responding to and repelling the aggression of the enemies of Islam. You shouldn't make the mistake of thinking that military bases are the only high-value targets in America and the West. On the contrary, there are countless other strategic places, institutions, and installations which, by striking, the Muslim can do major damage to the Crusader West.
Is it true that the more Islamist a person becomes, the more problems this creates, not just in non-Muslim communities, but also in moderate Muslim communities as well? We'll be back in a minute. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Jihad has come to America.
It constitutes the most devastating series of terrorist attacks in history.
The only deen Allah accepts is Al-Islam. And whoever seeks any other deen apart from Islam will never be accepted.
Allahu Akbar! And we stand together to win the war against terrorism.
And you too will make your destruction!
We're live in ABN Studios. We will start to take your calls in just a few minutes here. Our phone number is 248-416-1300. I want to give you a couple announcements. Make sure you stay tuned tomorrow evening at 10:30 p.m. We have News and Views with Pastor Joseph. This Friday we have a live debate. Farhan will be back and he'll be debating Reverend Tony Costa from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time this Friday evening, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Also, tomorrow evening from 8:30 to 10:30, we have a very special prayer live show, live in English. That's 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At this time, let's take our next caller on the line. You're live with ABN. Welcome to ABN. Who do we have with us this evening?
Hello, my name is Yusuf.
Hi, Yusuf.
Hi, my question is to Farhan.
Yes.
I hope that he hear me. My question is, he mentioned in the last segment that the Al-Qaeda are they're frustrated against the West because the foreign policy in the Muslim country. Why, my question to him, why then they don't take this up with their government in these countries and force them to change the policy with the West rather than take their sword to America and fight in America?
Thank you so much for your question. Very concise and clear. Farhan, did you want to respond to that? Farhan, are you with us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Were you able to hear that question?
Yeah, I heard the question. The problem, Yusuf, is that these very elements are also frustrated with the governments of their country. They are upset with the dictatorships and the rulers and the monarchs in their country as well. They want to overthrow them just as much as much as the harm that they want to do to America. And Pakistan is a perfect example of how Benazir Bhutto was assassinated, how they wanted to assassinate Musharraf, and how there's been many other examples in the Middle East like that as well. So they're frustrated and want to get rid of their own regimes. How are they going to influence their regime to do harm, or to do anything at all, for that matter, is beyond me.
Next caller, you're live on ABN. Welcome to the show.
Hello?
Hi, welcome to the show. Who do we have with us?
Hello, this is Jabari. I'm African-American Christian. I have a question for Farhan Qureshi. According to you, 9/11, I have a rhetorical question for Farhan Qureshi. According to you, 9/11 occurred because of foreign policy? No. the Al-Qaeda attacked the World Trade Center and the Pentagon because the Quran and the Hadith told them to do so. If you want to comment on it, feel free. I also have something else to say.
Yes.
When CAIR, the Council on American Islamic Relations, condemns terrorist activities like they did at Fort Hood or 9/11, they are practicing a doctrine of deception known as taqiyya. Islam? Okay, yeah, so basically like Ibn Kathir said, Abu Hurairah said, smile in their faces while we curse them in their hearts. Islam is an evil religion. America needs to wake up now before Sharia law comes to the whole country as it has come to Dearborn. That's all I have to say. Dearborn, Michigan. That's all I have to say.
And that's what Waleed and Kamal are all saying, and I'm sure that they would agree with you. Thank you for calling. We'll take our next call. Who do we have on air with us? Do we have another caller on the line? You're live with Jihad Exposed.
I'm not sure if this is me.
Yes. Who are we talking to?
This is Adam from California.
Hi, Adam. What's your question for us?
It's Adam. I'm sorry. That's okay.
Oh, Alan. Sorry about that.
Well,
What's
I have
your
a question. Is it Farhan?
Yes, Farhan is our Muslim apologist this evening.
Okay. Just before I continue, how much does he know about Islam? Is he practicing Islam? That's the first question. And how much does he really know about the Hadith and the Quran? How much does he know? Is he practicing Islam or just he got information from his parents? So I want to know.
Okay, did you have a specific question for tonight's topic?
Yes, I do. And if he knows about Islam really, why is Islam, everywhere Islam is, there is a problem. Afghanistan, Iraq, Sudan, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, in India, Philippines. Why are they so angry? If Islam is a peace, why are they so angry? Why can't he live in the West after the West opened its doors for everybody? Europe, Italy, France, Spain. Why did they bomb in Spain? Why are they so angry at America after it opens its door for everyone? I mean, that's why I want him to answer, not to talk with emotions. I just want him to answer me. Why are they so angry? Why do they hate the West?
Yes, I think we got your question. Thank you for calling. I'm going to let Farhan give him an opportunity to respond to your question so that we can move on. Farhan, the mic's all yours.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that I'm answering with emotion. I think I'm answering with facts. And in this instance, when you asked a question, why is someone behaving a certain way, what we do in psychology and sociology is we define why it is, what is causing them, what is the stimulus that is causing their behavior essentially. That's what psychologists and sociologists do. And in this instance, what we can explain to you is that, okay, fine, what you're trying to insinuate is that there is a Quranic element that is influencing their behavior, when that isn't the only element that's influencing their behavior. Yes, they're using the Quran and the Sunnah to justify their behavior, but there is something that's causing it. And even when you ask the question, why are they behaving this way, you're admitting that fact. And the reality of the situation is that these individuals do live in third world countries. They do have a certain level of education. Their environment does cater to their understanding and their perceptions of the world. And if that is the case, then from that point do we begin to understand and look at them in the third world and look at what their preachers are preaching to them and look at the environment that they're being brought up in and how the West is being painted towards them. And then we begin to understand why they're so emotional and why they have this hate in their heart. And our job as Americans, not just as Muslims, is to educate them as to what our true agenda is. And and for Muslims, for me, is to educate them to what Islam really teaches. But it's unfortunate that they're living in a third world country.
You said third world country. What about that? I mean, I just showed a video of Adam, who was born in the United States, converted to Islam, and then, I mean, what about homegrown terrorism? You're saying that it's their culture and their environment and this and that. What about the people that are here in the States that are converting to Islam and that are joining Al-Qaeda in this holy war? And then I want to turn it over to Kamal and Walid.
Well, again, there's different reasons for that. One reason is that there is a Wahhabi, a Salafi school of thought that the Taliban follows. That's what their school of thought is, and they're a very literalist and dogmatic denomination within Islam. They're a minority in the Muslim world, nevertheless, a very small minority. That's something that you mentioned at the beginning of your program as well. But they are an organization that takes a very literal interpretation without taking into context what the Quran is teaching and what the factors were in the situation that a particular incident happened. But is there radicalization within the Muslim world? Is there justification from the Quran and Sunnah that these radicals and that this particular Salafi school of thought uses? Absolutely. But what I'm here to defend as a Muslim is that to say that this version of Islam, which is a minority version of Islam, is wrong, and that they too need to be educated.
Kamal, I'd like to give you an opportunity to talk. We have you back.
I lost the audio, but I hope you can hear me. But here's what I think. Do you think as a Muslim convert, if you convert, Farhan, do you think according to Islamic law I should be killed or I should live?
Farhan, that question was for you.
Yeah, as far as I understand the verdict for that, and I've heard many moderate scholars speak on this topic, and all of the moderate scholars have consistently said that you should not be killed for changing your beliefs, nor should you be harmed, but have the right to live with whatever religion that you want to live with if you leave Islam. I think what you're specifically talking about with regards to killing the apostates is interpreted by these scholars, and they give explanations from the Quran and Sunnah to back their verdicts up. Is that if you commit treason against a state, because remember we talked about how Islam occupies all aspects of life, including politics and government. If you're leaving Islam, your apostasy from Islam is challenging the Sharia law, and the established law of the country, that is when you can be punished for treason. That is the understanding that I have
Let's give
arrived
Kamal
at.
a follow-up question. I feel like you're leading somewhere, Kamal.
Yes. What he just denied, he denied what the Prophet Muhammad says. You know, he said, if a Muslim convert, kill him. So basically, the brother Farhan is just being ignorant on purpose. Forgive me for saying this, brother, because all of us as Muslim, when I was a Muslim at the time, that was not if and maybe, you know. And let's look at Rifqa Berry. Her family want to kill her just because she converted. She did not do anything. Yes, maybe her family from a third world country, but they lived as American citizens. And here's the thing, you know, we're looking at the Saudi law, that these are the people that they are leading the world of Islam, you know, which is, you may agree or disagree, but the law over there, the law of the state is Sharia law. The law in Iran now coming to Sharia law, and we come into the United States of America, and, you know, people like Isna, for example, these, you know, when the head of CARE, one of Al Jazeera, when he moved, and now he is one of your leaders, and he is condoned as a terrorist under the Holy Land trial, and believe in what he said, and raising fund for terrorism, and now you said you're an Isna person. So basically, the truth is you're really trying to hide the truth behind the scene, and you're not saying it exactly how it is. Isn't that the fact?
He seems to be disagreeing because he's shaking his head, but because of time constraints, we're going to have to leave it at that for this evening. We have to take our next call, and then I'll turn it over to Walid for some final comments. You're live on ABN. Who do we have with us?
I'm not sure if this is me again. It's Adel again.
Yes. Hi. How are you?
Wonderful. Well, he did not answer my question, how much does he know about Islam and how much is he practicing Islam?
Well,
according to what he's saying...
Yeah, I'm going to have to respond on his behalf for that because of our time constraints. We have less than 10 minutes on the clock. He's a Muslim apologist. He has his own website. He has his blog. What's your blog again, Brother Farhan?
Yeah, you cut off there.
I'm sorry?
You kind of cut off there.
Yeah, what was your blog? I just want to mention it to our viewers.
Defending